Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson on collecting like terms. Please pause the video and copy down the title and the learning objective. Welcome back. Now that you're here, it means that you have copied down the above. Now we can get started. Collecting like terms is part of algebra. And algebra is the part of maths where mathematicians agreed to represent things with letters for easy calculations. For example, if I am to draw a bird, this is a bird, I'm going to give it some legs, and then I have another bird. This bird looks really dreadful, so I'm going to restart. There. And then another bird that comes in. So I have a bird, and then I have another bird, and then I have another one. As you can see from the pictures and from the words, I have three lots of birds. Or you can see here, you have three lots of birds. But this is quite annoying. If I am to ask you to stop the video and copy the drawing down, it's quite annoying. So mathematicians have come up with an easier way to copy this down. Instead of a bird, we're going to write a bee. And then a bee for each one of them, because they're the same thing, they're the same thing, they're the same bird. So we have three lots of bees. This is so much easier for you to copy down. So if I get another example, and if I draw a leaf, it takes, even if I am trying to do my best, it takes some effort. So I have a leaf, and then two more come into my garden because it's such a windy day. I have a leaf plus another two leaves, and I end up with three leaves, as you can see from the photos. But look how much easier it is if I got an L for leaf plus another two L's. It gives me still three L's. Believe it or not, this is all it is to be working with algebra, collecting like terms we're doing, because leaves are the same. We are adding them together to make it easy for us to see. Now, let's just try something else. So if I have a bird, the same one as above, this bird is in the garden, and then this friend comes. Oh God, this friend is dreadful. I'm really sorry about my drawings. I'm trying here. Okay. Now, the wind blows a couple of more leaves here now. That's one leaf. And then that's another. So I have a bird. And I have another bird. Then I have a leaf. Then I have another leaf. I can see that I have four things, but they are not the same. So I cannot possibly group them together. So what I'll do, I'll group the ones that are the same. So I can see that the birds are the same. So I'll group them together, and they will give me two birds. And then I'll group the leaves together, and they'll give me two leaves. And to write it in a nice and short way, I can say that I have two birds. I also have two leaves. So I collected like terms. I collected things that are the same. Because the birds and the leaves are not the same thing, I cannot say that I have four bird leaves, because a bird leaf does not exist. Okay, what I'm going to draw now, I'm going to draw something that's a lot easier for me. I'm going to draw a square and another one and another one. So we know now that a square can be called an S. So we know now that we can say that we have 3 squares of 3 lots of S. It's a little multiplication here, which we have agreed in algebra to not write, because it can be confused with X and the multiplication can be confused together. So we've decided to not write this multiplication sign, but we know it's still there. So I am going to get rid of one of these S's. What am I left with? Of course, I'm left with 2 of them now. So what I did is I started with 3 S's. I got rid of one of them, and I finished with 2 of them. You can see that we did the drawings. So let's do one more example together. I am going to draw a few shapes. And I am going to ask you, how can we add this together? So we're going to, first of all, turn them into letters to make it easy. So I have a triangle, and then I have another one here, and another one there. Then I have a square, then I have another square, then I have a triangle, then I have a square, a triangle, and I have a square. Okay, now I need to make this quite short because it's quite long like that. I can see that I have loads of T's and I can see that I have loads of S's. So I'm going to group them into things that look alike. So the triangles look alike. So I'm going to group them together. So that will be grouped with the T. Now notice I am circling the sign as well. So I'm grouping all the T's together. And I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So I have 5 T's. Now I'm going to group all the squares together. And I'm going to draw a square around it. Look at the sign is being grouped with the letter. It's super, super important. So please do so. So I have 5 T's plus 4 S's. And what I did is I collected like terms. The triangles are the same, so I collected them together. And the squares are the same thing, so I collected them together. So I can now, or you can now, do algebra. I'm going to give you a couple of examples for you to understand this a bit more in detail. Okay, I am going to make some questions for, I'm going to grab my black pen. So this will be my turn. I have 2 A's and I take away 1 A. What do you think I'm going to be left with? Well done, just one of them. Okay, what about if I have 3 A's? I take away one of them, but then I get 2 of them. So if we think that A is an apple, so I have 3 apples, and then one of you asks for one, so I give you an apple, but then I got given 2 more. What am I left with? So for this, we're going to use the number line. When we have loads of calculations, a number line is really, really useful. And I'm going to show you how to do this And I would really advise you that every time you're working with collecting like terms, you draw the number line in your book. Okay, now I have 3A. So that is where I am. I have 3 apples. I'm here. I have 3 of them. 1 gets given away. I end up with 2. But then I get 2 more. So 1, 2, I go up 2. So I ended up with 4 apples. Nice and easy? Let's try a different question when we have apples and pears. So if I have 5 pears, and I'm going to write that with a P, and I get 2 apples, and then I take away 4 apples, and then I take away 1 pear. What will I be left with on this one now? Okay, first of all, the apples and pears don't mix because they're different things. So let's just group them. So pears will be grouped with pears, and the apples will be grouped with the pears will be grouped with pears, and apples will be grouped with apples. Now I can use my number line. 5 pears, I locate 5, which is there. I'm quickly going to get rid of that. I didn't mean the number line, so let's just bring that back. Okay, there. So I have 5 pears, which is there. Now to these 5 pears, I'm going to take away 1. So that leaves me with 4. 4 what? 4 pears. Now let's try the apples. I have 2 apples, which is there. I'm going to get a different color for apples. So there's my apples. Now, to these 2 apples, I'm going to go down 4 because it says here, take away 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did I land up? At -2. So I have -2 apples. And that is finished. I have collected like terms for the questions that I made up. Now it's your turn. I'm going to make 2 questions for you. So please have a go. If I have -3b added to 2b added to 4a. That's your first question. Please pause the video and have a go. Okay, now that you're back, let's hope that you got this. So the way that we're going to do it, this is your starting point. We're going to collect the b's together because we cannot work the question unless we group them. And A, it's all on its own. I have no other letters or numbers with an A behind them. So I have -3b plus 2b. I'm going to go to my number line and I'm going to find -3. I'm going to redraw the number line so then we're not confused. So number line 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and quick. You don't need to worry about this, but it's very, very helpful to have it. So -3 is here. Here I am with the b's, and it says +2. So we go up 2, 1, 2. I landed at -1. So -1b. I've collected these 2 together. These 2 together gave me that. Plus 4a, well, I can't collect the 4a with a b, so I just leave it. So I really hope you got that. Let's give you another question. Okay, so if I have x plus 4x's, take away 3x's, take away a y, and then I add 3 y's. Okay. Pause the video and collect like terms. Okay, Now that you're back, I am going to quickly collect like terms here, and then we see if we got the same answer. So x with x with x, and I'll have y with y. All I need to do now is use my number line. So x, I have just one of them, so I'll start here. And then I need to add 4. So to add, I go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I landed at 5. Now I need to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. I landed at 2. So these 3 together, when I added them, gave me 2x. Now I'm going to do the y's. So negative y is where I start. I'm going to grab a different color. Negative y is this one here. So negative 1y. And now you add 3 to that. So if I go 1, 2, 3, I ended up at 2. So I ended up at positive 2. Positive 2y. Give yourself a round of applause if you got that, and well done. Now we're going to do some practice questions. Okay, here are 6 questions for you to do. So what I want you to do, I need you to pause the video. Make sure that you group these letters together by drawing circles and squares around them. Do not forget the sign, and work out the answer. When you have finished, please press play to mark the work. Welcome back. Please get a purple pen and mark down your answers. If you didn't get what is above, please write me an email and I'll try and help you as much as I can. See you on the next lesson, guys.